Welcome, Army fans. This is Joe Iacono with GoBlackKnights.com, along with Airriss Rosemond, one of the newest commits of the class of 2025 recruiting class for Army football, 5'11", 170-pound corner out of Princeton High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. Airriss, how you doing? And did I get all your basic bio stuff right, or is there anything you'd like to add?
Oh no, you got it just right. You got it just right, and I'm doing fine.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, first of all, on your commitment. Tell me a little bit about what the last couple days have been like for you and the entire commitment process.
Thank you. First off, but like the last couple of days, they've been crucial for me. Just with Coach Powers and Coach Dixon, they've been hitting my phone, and like for the past couple of months, Coach Dixon been texting my phone. Coach Powers been texting my phone just nonstop, back to back to back to back. And that relationship we just built over these couple of months just expanded, and we got right and we got together, and I let Coach Powers know that the decision I made was going to be the Army.
Good stuff. And I see you're wearing a 101st Airborne Division hat. Tell me a little, pretty awesome. One of our favorite Army divisions. Great history there. Tell me a little bit about the hat. Do you have some Army and military history in your family? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. I just got this from my grandpa. He lived right across the street, and he served in the military, and he taught Peyton Manning in the ROTC as well. And like he was in there for about over 20 years. He was an instructor. He was airborne too. So yeah, he did it all.
That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to get him on here sometime. He sounds like he's got some great stories, so that's
Yes,
really
sir.
cool. Tell us a little bit. You already spoke about a little bit about your relationship with Coach Powers and Coach Dixon. I know Coach Powers was your recruiter, and of course, Coach Dixon would be your position coach as a defensive back at Army. He's been around almost the longest of any of the assistant coaches at Army. So, talk about a little bit about the relationships you established with both of those coaches and how that helped you make your decision.
Okay. So at first, like I was never really thinking about going to a academy school. Like it was never in my head. But Coach Paris, he came up to my school one day and he talked to me for like at least an hour or two, and then no coach ever did that before. So he just sat down with me and my DB coach and explained to me like everything that go on, how I be used, how they gonna do this with me, and how they gonna do that. And he ain't leave nothing out basically. Even without Coach Dixon there, it was still like that relationship with what Coach Dixon felt like it was there because Coach Powers made it so strong that he just like it was easy. It was easy for me that relationship. He texted me every day. It was basically every second you can say like every day he's sending me like at least 10 text messages, 10 tweets. So yeah, like that relationship, it got the glue built the glue built over the months, and it just got like this. So
Yeah, we've heard, and obviously, my publisher, Charles Grievous, who I know has reached out to you and your family, and I have a really good relationship with the coaching staff at Army, and we know that they do a really good job with proactive communication. So that just confirms that, and that's outstanding. Talk a little bit about, did you get an opportunity to go on an official visit recently to West Point, and what was that experience like for you?
recently, so I talked to Coach Powers, and we decided that it was best to do that in January. But even without going up, that I knew West Point was the place because of Coach Powers. Like I ain't even have to go up there to see it was the place. Like he's sending you these tweets and texts every day. And you clicking on them and you actually watching them. Then you don't need to be up there. If you seeing like what he's sending you, like he's sending me the school, he's sending me videos of how this is ran, how that is ran. So I really like it was just easy. I didn't even need to go up there for me to choose my decision. He just made it. He just made that connection so strong that it was there.
Awesome. That speaks really highly to Coach Powers for sure. And you mentioned you knew that was the school, and really that he's the only one who had come to your school and visited you for an hour or two. We know you had a lot of other D1 offers from some MAC schools and some other schools out there being up in the Ohio area. So at the end of the day, what was it that swayed you to making the commitment to Army West Point?
At the end of the, like what made me make that decision, I feel like, Coach Powers and stuff, but actually my future. I thought about my future. West Point, that future is gonna be crazy. I did my research. My dad did his research. So I know West Point graduated two astronauts, um, thousands businessmen, everybody that been through there, and it's one of the top 10 schools in the nation in education. So it's like an Ivy League school, and I take my education very important. Like that's when you got to be a student athlete, not just an athlete. So the education part is really what took it there, and they so successful at building people and creating successful people that I just couldn't pass on the opportunity.
Absolutely. That's a great answer. It's funny because in answering that question, you almost answered my next question. So I'll pivot a little bit. It looks like you're making the decision for the right reasons. I think that's always important. I know the coaching staff says, likes to say that you're making a 40-year decision versus a 4-year decision, which, like you said, you've already learned a lot about the academy and some of the distinguished graduates there and everything. What outside of football, what has you most excited about making your way on up to West Point next year or the year after, depending on whether you go direct or prep? What are you most excited about outside of football?
Well, like I said, it's the education part I'm really excited about. And starting a new life, like really, because the army the school is like about 10 hours or 11 hours away from my house. So it's just like that education and starting a new life, meeting new people, being around the water, you know. That's basically it though.
Really cool. So, kind of shifting gears back to the football side of the house, what is it about your unique skill set, Airriss, as a defensive back that you think will fit well into Coach Dixon and Coach Woody's scheme? From the discussions maybe you've had with Coach Dixon or Coach Woody, even potentially, and what about Airriss Rosemond do you think is a unique contributing factor to the Army defense of the future?
I'm sorry, coach, but with me,
That's okay.
Airriss
I didn't
Rosemond,
really light one out. It happens. We're good.
yeah, so me, I'm a physical defender. I'm gonna be in your face all game. Yeah, I don't want to use no harsh words. My coach usually say this though. He say, if your man go to the bathroom to take a number two, you better be right there to, yeah. So you better be right. So yeah, I'm a physical man defender. I can play any zone coverage, and I like at Plan DB. You really got to know. You really got to know that you can't just be good at one thing. Some people think it's about being good at one thing, but like you can't just be good at press and not good at zone because you got to play a zone eventually. So I just learned how to be good at everything, and especially be a physical defender because without physicality, you really can't be who you are. Because say you get a running back or a slot receiver coming down to run that bubble or screen, you want to be able to come down and make that play, make them fumble, get the interception. So it's just all about like me, confidence and aggression, confidence and aggression. Like I take that super serious. My coach put that in my head every day. So I got to make sure that I'm confident and aggressive. You got to be able to get off blocks as a corner. You got to be able to come down and hit. It's a lot of stuff that come with it. So just like me as a player, I know the game. I know the game.
That's really good. You're gonna with that kind of attitude and mentality, you're definitely gonna endear yourself to the fan base. I know a couple of our favorite D backs are kind of hybrids over the last couple of years. Elijah Riley, who's now with the New York Jets, I believe, was a very, very physical corner who played at Army, plays safety in the league. Jimmy Charlo, who is also with the Jets right now in training camp. He was our Apache, which is like our hybrid nickelback position. And another guy named Malcolm Morrison was another guy who fit that mold, and he got a tryout with the Raiders and probably would have made the team, honestly, but just decided he wanted to pursue his Army career instead. So, you're in really good company there, Airriss. That's really good. So now that you've made your commitment, some of the pressure's off. I know I've talked to enough commit recruits to know, kind of the recruiting process can be a little bit stressful. So the pressure's off. Now you can kind of focus on your senior football season and academics and just getting ready for West Point. So tell me a little bit about that and kind of if there's been a weight that's been lifted off your shoulders a little bit and what you're excited about with your last season in high school coming up.
Oh yeah, yeah. With being committed, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulder. But I know I got another weight on the other shoulder because we got to win state. Like that's what it's all about right now. So like I've been focused on my team, and we've been focused on each other because lately, it been an individual thing. So I've been trying to make sure my team get right. Like, and I'm excited to watch them because like we look good, and we got the potential every year. We coming off that 12-0 season. Some people from our team probably lackadaisical or think we gonna win it easily again. But with me, I'm a what's next type of guy. So whatever next, that's just me. And whatever come next, we gonna eat it. So like on our schedule, we not worried about nobody. We not worried about how they gonna do or what they gonna do. We worried about ourselves. Because at the end of the day, if we can't find ourselves and be ourselves, then we can't beat anybody else, and we can't make it to the state championship or the regional finals, semifinals. We can't do none of that if we can't be ourselves. So that's just like what I'm mostly looking forward to right now is a state championship. Yeah, I want to go undefeated, but like it's my senior year. I'm trying to win a state championship.
It's good stuff. You sound like a real leader. Are you one of the captains of your high school team?
Yes, sir.
I could
It's
tell you have a real leadership mentality, which will serve you well in the future at West Point. Last question for you, Airriss, before I let you go. Obviously, I see your family in the background. Had a chance to say hi to your mom before we came on air. Nobody gets to this level by themselves. Who would you like to thank and give some shout outs to that helped you get this far in your journey?
I would like to. So I actually got a couple people in my room right now. Everybody in here.
Hi.
Everybody in here.
Oh, this is
Uh,
awesome. Really cool.
I like to thank my little league football coaches, middle school, high school, my basketball coaches, track coaches. And honestly, I like to thank myself because I came a long way. Like I battled injuries. I done been through some stuff. So I thank myself for even coming this far and making it this far.
Good
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Well,
and
thank
I
you.
also thank my
Thank
parents. I
obviously, yeah. Yeah, if you
wow.
want to eat tonight, you better remember to thank your mom for sure. So,
Yes, sir.
uh, great job. So thank you very much, Airriss. We appreciate the time. Best of success to you in your senior season at Princeton, and best of success to you as you head towards West Point, whether that's as a direct admit or through the prep school. And the Army fans will be looking forward to watching you in the future. Army fans, this has been Joe Iacono with GoBlackKnights.com, along with new Army commit Airriss Rosemond from Cincinnati, Ohio. Go Army. Beat.